Preview time for race number 2, and this race is a 1200 metre Class 4 in California Concord. His last 3 starts have all been on the alternate surface. Gluck Race is a 3-time course and distance winner. Now, Call Me Mighty was scratched when he was due to make a debut on the 5th of March. He read over and fell and was passed unfit to take his place in the race. Golden Samurai's been back to the trial since his debut. Lucky Planet, Sunlight Power, both have had 4 trials prior to their first starts. Marvel Dragon raced wide last time. Trust Me's a 2-time course and distance winner, and Beat Hollow Nick wears cheek pieces for the first time.
Yeah, I remember Beat Hollow running an Epsom Derby years ago, but obviously a different horse entirely. Trust Me, now they have gone forward with him. They held him up last time out as well, but he is better drawn this time, so he's versatile, has won from the front, so he might well be some of the pace in this race. California Concord, he didn't show as much dash last time, a bit uncharacteristically, but prior to that had been pressing forward. The aforementioned Beat Hollow might be caught a little bit wide. Marvel Dragon, I think, will be up there prominent. And Lucky Planet, Paul, could be an interesting one. The newcomer, he might be in the first half.
Yeah, there's 3 first starters in this race, so they could add, you know, they could change their styles. But what I've seen in the trials, that's sort of the positions I thought they'd be in. Champion Instinct was 50-1 on debut and ran well. And from barrier 3, he should get a nice enough run.
We're going to focus on one of the veterans of the field, actually, but he's been going okay. He's been ridden forward and back lately. See what Alexi Bedel's going to do on him this week. The horses Trust Me. The interviewer is Nick Child.
Alexi, Trust Me is one of your rides in one of the earlier races on Saturday afternoon. Talk me through his run last time, because you held him up, a bit different to what he had been, his racing style had been, and he finished off very strongly.
Yes, that was a very interesting run. I'd say because of the draw, we had to take him back a little bit, and he had a great finish on the line, so it was very encouraging.
Was that just a matter of fact with the draw that sort of you had to take your medicine, if you will, and then obviously go back because you had obviously gone forward last time?
Well, yeah, I think so. And it was interesting to see him relax and then be able to finish that well. So I think it's just a matter of having the horse relax early part of the race wherever you are. So maybe learning from that, he should be able to run a very good race.
Is that just a negative sort of trait with the horse, that he can just over race a little bit or get a little bit fired up?
Yeah, maybe. Like, you know, not the last one, but the previous run before last start, I was leading the race quite easy. I thought I had every chances, but he just couldn't finish.
Yeah. So
it's just maybe one of these horses you just want to follow someone and having the horse a bit relaxed early stage, and maybe he can finish.
Talking of barriers and where he's being drawn, the poor horse has had rotten luck this season. I mean, more often than not have been wide barriers, but you're in 5 this time around, so is that a nice place to be from a jockey's perspective?
I think it is. I think it is. Well, it probably makes my life a bit easier, and it's just wherever the horse is comfortable based on the tempo, and hopefully he can hit the line as strong as last time.
Do you feel that the application of the tongue tie had an effect on him last time in perhaps helping him relax? He wears it for the 2nd time on Saturday.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
He's a pretty well handicapped horse as well on his best, this fellow, isn't he? And in a race full of newcomers, Alexi, I guess with that experience, that will certainly stand him in good stead, and obviously yourself riding him.
Yes, definitely. Like I think it's a great chance, and yeah, I'll be disappointed if he cannot run a good place or be a winning chance.
Derby winning Bedell there on Trust Me in race number 2. Next up, Nick, it is California Concord. He comes back to the turf and he has won course and distance, but his best form is on the all-weather.
It is, yes. He's won a couple on the all-weather. He's won just the one on turf, and as you say, that was course and distance. I was disappointed with him this night. I really fancied him to run a big race at a price, and for all he has eventually run home for 3rd, I just thought it was a little bit of a laboured effort in the first half, Paul, so I'd want to see a bit more from him. Yeah,
look, he has, on his best, I mean, he'd give this a real fright, because he's won off 73 on the turf, and he's at a 60 rating. But I'm not sure if he's going that well at the moment.
I get that £5 claim again for Alfie Chan. To Happy Valley now, Paul, and here is, no, in fact, it is Sha Tin still. It was Happy Valley for a second, but it's Champion Instinct who ran 2nd at his only start, so it's definitely Sha Tin.
Yeah, look, this horse had no support on debut. He was a 50-1 chance, but he ran well above that. His trials had only been sort of ordinary leading into it. That's why he was 50-1, but he saved it for race day. He hit the line really nicely. It was a good win, so I'm going to include him.
Yeah, look, I don't think it was any fluke either. There might be people out there that say it probably was at his price, but look, I think he's only had one start. He looks upwardly mobile, and the horse that wins that race is Call Me Dandy. He's run well since behind Happy Golf, so I think the form's okay, and the horse looks okay too.
And it's the Bowman and Hall combination behind him also. Here is one of the first starters, Nick. Paul is a little keen on Sunlight Power. Could you see him finishing in the top 4?
I could give him some sort of chance for sure. Look, I think he's gone okay in all of his trials. They've all been at Chungfa. He's got a staying pedigree. When I looked at his pedigree, his dam never actually won, but she was placed over extreme distances, and she's produced a winner up over 2,800 metres. So I think the further he goes, the better he'll be in time. But as I say, Paul, I couldn't fault his trials.
No, and he hasn't been let go in his trials. That's what I like about him. He's been held together, so we don't really know too much. He's had the 4 trials, 1,070, so he's had plenty of work. And being by Capitalist, that's where the speed is.
All right, the Sunlight's going to grow the seed in the first.
That's hopefully, you're right, and a decent price too. What price is he at the moment? He's at 20, so may long that continue. He's on top, Champion Instinct in there for second. I think it's 50 to 1 on debut, but obviously, as Nick said, it was no fluke. He ran well. Marvel Dragon can get himself into a nice position, and he's a well-rated horse. He's one of 63s, down in the ratings in the 49 now. And trust me, I thought he could go to the front here, and he's another one that's one off a high rating. 7, 4, 9 and 10.
Yeah, I've gone Champion Instinct here. Really did like that performance on debut. Hugh Bowman getting on board, I think, is also a massive plus. And for me, he was the one to be with. Trust Me, I've put him in for second. I could certainly gather plenty of confidence there from Alexi Bedell chatting about this horse. I think he's ready to run a big race. California Concord, big price. I'll give him another chance to at least fill the frame. I think he's capable of that. And Golden Samurai was one that I thought could improve in those famous Golden 60 colours, possibly. 4, 10, 1 and 5.
And that is a preview for race number 2, and it is that Class 4, the second of the day.